So, here we are.
We have actually been in Marathon, Florida for about a couple months now.
Months already?
Yeah, crazy. So we still have adventures to catch you up on before we got here.
And then this thing called Irma happened. So we've been, if you've been following our channel in real time, you've seen a lot of video updates of Irma. We still have the videos from before that to fill in before we head out.
Before we even got here. So this is taking us back before Irma and our arrival to here, and we are so super thankful that we get to continue this great loop adventure on Why Not, because it looks like she survived Irma just fine.
She survived amazingly well, and we're about to be heading out of Marathon, so time to catch up.
All right, we're going to go provision for leaving out of here, and you guys enjoy the fabulous 10,000 Islands.
We are about to set off on the Great Loop, which is...
It's a circumnavigation of the eastern half of the U.S. by waterways. Our last stop was Marco Island, Florida, where we did some provisioning with getting fuel and a pump out. After that, it was time to head south and explore the 10,000 Islands and the Everglades. We selected Panther Key as our first overnight anchorage in the 10,000 Islands, and it was absolutely gorgeous. We had a private little white sand beach to go walking on and swatting a few mosquitoes, but in the morning it wasn't quite as tranquil as we hoped.
So, people showed up, and our private beach is no longer quite so private.
Hey, I'm sure they'll appreciate not hearing our generator as they enjoy their beach day, so we'll go find a more scenic and private anchorage. There's like 10,000 choices here.
We moved about 6 nautical miles south and found West Pass, a beautiful anchorage surrounded by mangrove islands, and a couple of them even had some white sandy beaches which we went exploring for in our dinghy. We ended up staying 2 nights in West Pass. It was absolutely wonderful and beautiful, and probably a top anchorage pick for us.
Hey, welcome to the sunset.
I am reversing. We're in current, so. As much as we loved West Pass, probably could have stayed there a couple more nights and been perfectly happy. It was time to weigh anchor and keep heading south. We had picked out Russell Pass as our next stop, which would be within dinghy distance of Everglades City.
It's hot and muggy.
Where are we going?
We are going towards Everglades City, the last bastion of semi-civilization on the northern boundary of Everglades National Park. Although technically we are actually already in the national park. The city is like an island in the park.
It is hot and muggy outside, so I'm going to wait it out in the air-conditioned pellet house. Very thankful for our generator. I am sitting in the Admiral's seat because Admiral Kiki has the settee. That's just the way it rolls. But we are approaching an anchorage in Russ Pass, which is apparently about a 3-mile dinghy ride into the Everglades National Park Visitor Center. So if it's not too hot, not too sunny, which it probably will be, we will try to do a side excursion tomorrow morning before it gets way too hot. But that's like.
Hey, we're anchored again.
Well, yeah. It's our third anchorage here in 10,000 Islands / Everglades National Park, going on night 4. And been sharing a lot of amazing scenery about it.
And people are saying to our Facebook posts, it's like, you're making it look so easy and so wonderful and so beautiful. And so we want to share a little bit of the downsides because, well, you hear that droning noise? That's the generator running and the air conditioner's running. We have to run all 3 airs nonstop just to keep the cat from sweating. And and it's hot, and we're getting kind of tired of not being able to go for a walk.
Yes, there's all these beautiful islands, like this one you see right behind us. They're all over the place. There's 10,000 of them apparently down here.
But most of them are mangrove islands. They have absolutely no way to get ashore, and several of them do have really nice beaches at low tide, but they're little small segments of beaches. We've taken the dinghy ashore a couple places, and you could walk for 500 yards and have to turn around and do it again.
And then in that 500 yards, you're usually bit by about 10,000 mosquitoes.
Yes.
Well, not quite that many. I think the mosquitoes are low right now. But, so, one of the things that we're finding about this style of anchoring without really places to go ashore is we're getting a little stir crazy, especially with the heat and humidity. It is August in Southwest Florida. We knew we were getting into this.
There's a reason that this is considered boater mecca, and so many people do this in December through February. That's when there aren't many bugs, and the weather's cool, and it's apparently pristine. But then, of course, this anchorage might have 10, 15 boats in it, as opposed to just us.
So when we were deciding on doing this segment, we thought we're going to take a week or two and anchor out along the ways, explore the entire the Everglades and 10,000 Islands, and it'd be beautiful. So we're going on night 4, and I think we've decided we're going to hightail it to the Keys.
Yeah, so we moved, well, not totally hightail. We're not going to go
nonstop. Spend the weeks.
but yeah, so we moved to Russell Pass today after getting some work done at the last anchorage. Was positioning ourselves close to Everglades City. This is supposed to be an easy 3-mile dinghy ride into Everglades City, and we're like, we could see the National Park Visitor Center. We can go ashore, walk, maybe go out and have a lunch out at a restaurant instead of cook for ourselves. But then just sitting here thinking about, like, we get up in the morning and then have this long dinghy ride. I mean, that's 3 miles in this heat is actually a pretty long time to be out in the dinghy.
For me, see, red hair.
Yeah, and
I'm not sure I'm comfortable leaving the boat anchored
And us being that far away
for that long,
until we trust it more.
especially in this anchorage. When we got here, it was a bit rolly, and this is a little more trafficked than some of the other anchorages we've been into, and we got waked pretty darn bad by a tour boat.
Yes.
And so, don't want to sour it, but it has been amazing. It has been absolutely beautiful, amazing sunsets. We're loving the seclusion, but there's only so much of it. That I think is
mangrove islands all look the same.
They all are starting to look the same, and now we're starting to understand why so many cruisers are doing this passage, especially for a second time, tend to speed it up. So.
Right. So tomorrow we're going to take a big jump all the way down to the Shark River, which is supposed to be kind of the heart of the Everglades, really stunning and beautiful, and hopefully will be. I think we might manage to find a little bit of a place to walk ashore, hopefully more than just 500 yards at a time, and hopefully not devoured by bugs. And then after
alligators.
Or alligators. And then after that, we'll be making the next hop. It will probably get us into the Keys. So here we go.
So that's the current plan.
All subject to change, all subject to weather, which we watch every morning and afternoon and night.
Evening. I think wake up at every hurricane news. And I do want to I don't want to spend too much time down where we might not have connectivity, because the hurricane season is actively brewing up, and definitely want to be keeping on top of that and making sure that we're very aware, so we're making informed decisions.
Yeah, so we will be able to get satellite weather updates via the InReach, and we'll be able to do safety and SOS check-ins and everything like that, but it's not quite the same as having full broadband.
Yes. So, see you down there.